Hello, online crew. Welcome to today's live where I'm going to share a little bit of a story with you and how I believe I wouldn't have had the success that I've had up until this point without this thing that I'm going to share with you today. And what I'm going to share with you today is really something I believe everybody needs. I needed it. I still need it. I still invest in it. And it's just so important to my journey. And I've got a couple of people hiding in the wings. So stay with me because there's a couple of strange faces that are going to join me shortly to sort of share their perspective as well. So if you're joining me live, hello, it's Helen here. If we haven't met before, I'm your online crew captain here for our online crew community of entrepreneurs, social sellers, network marketers, those in MLM. You want to leverage the internet, build with modern online strategies, but do it in a way where you're a human before a marketer. That's what's important to me. So that's what I share here. So I want to share with you a little bit of my journey because I do believe this has led up to my success. And I know everybody wants to be successful, but this is hard. Building online is not easy. And there's a lot of people that build online. So we've got to cut through all the noise and build a following and try to get engagement and then get sales and customers and build our teams and all the rest of it. Like, it's not an easy thing to do. The actual actions of things to do, we can learn, but you've got to pull it all together in a way that creates you results in your business. And just side note for a second, if you are in my coaching community, I just finished a training on learning how to craft amazing attention grabbers and hooks to get more people looking at your content. And I gave you 50 examples in my notes. So there's a video training and there's notes. It's sitting in the coaching community now. That training was gold. It was so helpful to you. So if you're in my coaching community, if you're not, but you want to be, reach out. I'll give you those details, but definitely catch the replay of that. So a little bit of my story if you're not aware. So I come from corporate. I wore suits every day. That's what I spent my money on. I earned a nice 6 figures plus salary in the corporate world. I didn't have much to spend my money on except a mortgage and the usual things. So I bought expensive suits. Come and visit me here in my home and I'll show you because I've still got them all. But that's what I spent my money on. And I was that corporate person and I lobbied politicians and I spoke at events and I had huge, staff and all the rest of it. And then family threw us a curveball. Suddenly life has turned upside down. Somebody passed away. And my husband and I and kids, we tried to manage the situation for a year. It didn't really work very well. So my husband and I upped our life. I quit my corporate career, moved to the country to take care of family affairs. And I was suddenly from a 6-figure income, comfortable as, been in the same job for 16 years, comfortable as, predictable income, predictable life, comfortable. Pick up our life, reluctantly resigned. I cried quite a lot because I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with myself? I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. Moved to the country and went, what the hell am I going to do down here? Had no idea what I was going to do. I didn't have those kind of corporate jobs down here. So I initially was very, very lost. But after about 6 months, I went, I kind of don't want to go back into the workforce. I kind of like this freedom. I like reading in the classroom. I like dropping my kids off to school and picking them up and having them in school holidays because they're always in vacation care. Like, I stepped out of the rat race and I went, I don't want to go back. That's like, what am I going to do? So I actually went and joined a gym because I didn't know what else to do with my time. That turned into becoming a qualified personal trainer, fitness instructor. Many of you will know I still train a class on a Monday morning now. Like, I've done it for 8 years, but it's not what I do for a living. But I got bored. No disrespect to anybody that works in a gym full time. My brain got bored. And I'm like, I need something else. I've done that. I've got qualified. I'm having fun. I got really fit. Awesome. Loved it. And I was like, I need something else in my brain. So because I didn't want to go back into the workforce, I'm like, what can I do online? So I started looking around and doing online, and I was doing network marketing, and I had all the problems that a lot of people have in network marketing. I went back to my corporate friends to talk to them about network marketing, and they went, "What? What are you doing that for?" And people that I'd been in the corporate world for years and years and years stopped returning my messages. I can't tell you how that felt. I was very well respected, still am in the corporate world in what I did. And to have people not return my messages, I was crushed. And I'm like, I'm not doing this the traditional way. I'm going online. So I became a student of a company in America. I did really well, very short time frame. They asked me to become a mentor to their students because I did really well. And that's what I did. And I started doing this online thing. And I remember it came up, and it's like they're having this event in Las Vegas. And I felt in my gut, I need to go. And I'm like, this is crazy. I'm Australian. That's in Vegas. That's expensive. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just learning this stuff. This is a huge commitment. And I turned around to my husband and I said, honey, there's an event in Las Vegas and I'd like to go and I'd like you to come with me. He's like, what the hell? That came out of the blue. And I'm like, I know, but I'm learning this online stuff, and that's where my mentors are, and I'm learning, and I'd really like to do this, and I know it's expensive and ridiculous, but what about if we combine your birthday with the trip, and we'll stay on for a few extra days and do the Grand Canyon and helicopter rides and all the rest, and we did all of that, by the way. And he said yes. So we went, and I went to this event. I knew no one, not a soul. This little Australian girl who knew nothing about digital marketing or online marketing went all the way to Las Vegas to an event, got to the event, amazing, knew no one, just Paul and I on our own, and we had a great time. And then they were talking about mentorship, and it was expensive. And I'm like, I would really like to do that, but that's really expensive, especially when you translate it back to the Australian dollar. And oh my God, and I know, oh, what do you think? Oh my God. And when I say expensive, expensive, like you're talking tens of thousands, okay? And I was talking to the person about investing in this digital marketing online thing, and I cried. And I said to Paul, "What I want to do this, but this is expensive. Like this doesn't even make sense. I live in Australia. This is in America. The conferences, the events, everything is in America. I would have to come back again. That's more money. Like this doesn't make sense. I don't know what to do." And Paul backed me. He said, "If you want to do it, do it." So I did it. Guys, I just had my 11th trip to America in January, and I'm going back again to speak at an event in July. I don't make excuses. I recognize that I don't know how much you guys know about me, but I started doing accounting. Okay. Didn't really like it, but got qualified. Then I went into marketing because I didn't want to become a full-blown accountant. And many of you won't know, I still do consulting accounting work to this day. It's one of my income streams. I still do it. I still do profit and loss statements and balance sheets and reports every month for the board with that business. I still do that as well. So I started with account, transferred into marketing. I did a marketing degree specializing in, it's a Bachelor of Business, specializing in marketing and business management. And then I went back and I did law. So I started a law degree. I got a virus, which is called Guillain-Barré. Don't know if any of you have heard of it. It's a virus that affects your nervous system. All your legs, your arms stop working. I had to go to hydrotherapy in a swimming pool for 8 months. I couldn't move my arms and legs. I couldn't wash my hair. I couldn't put a bra on. I couldn't lift my arms above I couldn't move. So I went back to university to finish my law degree. 8 months later, I was on a walking stick. It affected my left side more than my right, so I needed the walking stick to keep me upright. So I did that. I went back to uni. I remember I was sitting in a lecture with my walking stick back going, what the hell am I doing here? I don't need to study anymore. I don't need to prove anything to anybody anymore. I'm done studying. Okay. And I went that's a bit of my story anyway. So I don't make excuses. I just do what needs to be done. My point here, I completely changed my career, not through my choice. I would probably still be a general manager in that job. But life throws you curveballs and you go in a different direction, and I went online. all that, what I was sharing the university thing for is I didn't know those things. I went to uni to learn them. You come online, you learn, like you come into this world of online, and I treated it the same way. I don't know anything about how to build a business online. I didn't know anything about branding. I didn't know anything about social media content. I didn't know anything about attraction marketing. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know how to recruit people online. I didn't know what kind of content to create, when to create it, how to talk to people, anything. So I invested in learning from people that have got the skills, that know how to do that. You follow the path of people that are more successful than you. Okay. So I just done my 11th trip to America. I still learn. I still have a mentor. Every one of you should have a mentor. You should never not have a mentor. My mentor, you've met him a few times, Fernie. Fernie has earned over $40 million online. He still has a mentor. My mentors have mentors. I have many mentors. I don't just have Fernie. I don't have one. I have many mentors. You should always have mentor. Now, why am I telling you all of this? I've learned a lot of skills. I've spent a shitload of money. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I've spent more than any of you would dream of spending on mentorship. But I would not be a multiple six-figure earner now without that. Because you need people in your corner to show you the ropes to speed up your results. And my title, without this, I would have never succeeded online. I am talking about having a mentor and mentorship. Why I'm mentioning this right now is because I started my own mentorship program, and I only open it twice a year. And that time is now. I run a 6-month mentorship program. So I work with you for 6 months. There's a curriculum that we follow. It is not very expensive for what it is. But everything that I've learned and becoming a multiple six-figure in, I pour into my students, and I only take 10. And I've got a couple of them sitting in the wings that I've asked to come and speak and share their experience, because I don't want you to necessarily just believe me about all of this. I want you to hear from a couple of people that I've worked with just recently in the last 6. We're still finishing off this month, but I work with people for 6 months closely to improve their skills. And over the 6 months, I call it the 6 Ps to success. And those 6 Ps are personal development, personal branding, planning, producing content, prospecting and recruiting, and positioning, which is building influence. And every month we work on a new topic. There is accountability. You are accountable each and every week. There is homework to do every week. You have to do a video every week. We have calls twice a month. I work with this group closely to get you further. And I have seen incredible, incredible growth with the people that I work with for 6 months. So if this is something you feel you need and you want to look into it, put the words VIP in the comment or reach out, and I'll just send you the information. You can absorb it. We can have a chat. It is by application only. But it starts on the 1st of April for the next 6 months. My next program is about to open up, so I only open it up twice a year. Okay, I'm just giving you an opportunity. There are many of you in my coaching community, which is the first step. But the VIP program, which I'm talking about, is the next level. And these 2 particular people, you ready? Are you dressed, guys? Make sure you're dressed and you're ready. I'm just going to just take off the banner so you can see their faces. Hang on. Where is it? Hang on. I've got to take this thing off here. Right. So now you can see their faces. I just want, hey guys, we've got Liz and Brian here. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. And we've got Liz there as well. Liz, and I've got, I've got a number of VIP students, and these are just a couple of them, and I've just picked on them because I've spoken to them just this week on one call. So we do have a couple of one-on-one calls in the VIP program, as well as group calls. And the growth, like Liz is a different person. She has grown so much. She hadn't recruited anyone for ages, and she recruited somebody a couple of months in to working with me in this program. I'd want you to hear from them though. This is not to push any kind of mentorship on anybody. I just want to give you guys the opportunity. If you need something like this, do not skimp. I've already shared with you my story. I would not be a multiple 6-figure earner today if it wasn't from getting mentorship and continuing to get mentorship. So I'll be quiet now. So Liz, you're next to me. So can you share with everyone what it's been like to work with me closely for 6 months, what you've got out of it, what have you learned? Have you grown? Are you different? What would you like to share?
Absolutely. Yes to all of the above. And that's the easiest answer. But I came into this, I've been doing network marketing for 15 years. And inside here was a whole lot of stuff. And I knew this stuff, but I couldn't make sense of the stuff. So hopping in with your coaching and your mentorship, and it's just, this is what we're working on. This is what you need to do. And it's step 1, step 2, step 3. And I know I can see the growth in myself. My husband, who doesn't do network marketing, has seen the growth in me. My friends, my business partners, and everybody has. It's been just to take what's in here and have it make sense. And when I question something, you're there. You're always there. I mean, for the value that you give this group of people, 6 months of intense help, you're there for anything. All we have to do is put a question out and you're there. And that 6 months has meant more to me and done more for my business than I could have possibly imagined. It absolutely has changed our life. My husband is officially retiring as of the 15th of March. And I have no doubt in my mind that we're just going to continue to grow, continue to blossom through this because of the guidance and leadership and mentorship that we've gotten from you.
And I just can't reiterate. I mean, I know you guys don't know this side of it, but the growth that Liz has had, she's got a little dog in the background there. The growth that Liz has had in the last, it's 5 months. We're still in our last month. We don't finish until the end of March. And Liz is continuing on as well. So we can continue that journey. It's just been amazing. But what I will say about Liz is she shows up, she listens, she's coachable, she does the work. There are no excuses. She does the homework, she does the videos, she does everything that she's asked to do. And that's part and parcel of being successful with coaching and mentorship is you have to come to the table and do the work. There are plenty of people that I've mentored in the past that don't do the work or, don't listen, and they don't get the same kind of results. So that's on you. So, as long as you're willing to learn and be coachable and, be open to all the trainings and the criticism as well. Sometimes I have to give tough love. That's all part and parcel of it. But, love it in the most lovingly way that I can. As long as you're open to all of that, anything is possible. So Brian, thank you, Liz. So Brian, what's been your experience?
So when I first thought about doing the VIP program, I took a look at the money and I was hesitant, but the amount that it cost me should have been 4 times more. And the reason why I say that, I've done a lot of courses that you've taught, and you just have a way of, as I keep always saying this, you always have a way of just making it understandable, easy, and smooth. I did a reboot in May, and I found that since I've been working with you in the VIP program and some of your other programs, it's a process. I'm very successful in an outside world in my outside businesses. This is a whole different world. And so one day I woke up and going, well, you're just going to have to submit your ego. And it's not like Helen's going to say, well, jump, and I'm going to say how high. It's just that, just listen and do. There's many times that I listen and I'm going, really? And then the next morning I wake up and go, yep, you better get it done because Helen's going to kick your backside. When I took a look at the 6-month course, there were 3 things that I was really excited about. Branding, which I hated. It was the most difficult thing I've had to do, but most rewarding. The closing boot camp that you've done. Every information you give us, we all walk away going, really? That was for free? Like, it's incredible. It's incredible. So the 9, 10, 11 months I've been working with you, it's and then adding in the last 6 months, like I said before, whatever you charged me for the program, it should have been added times by 4, because the information you sent me, the information, and again, like, I've done a lot of these courses in sales and my outward business, and I've heard a lot of things you've done, but the way you do it, you just make it easy for everybody at every level. So I just want to
Yeah,
thank you for that.
I really appreciate you saying that, Brian. And, you know, talking about the branding is one of the hardest pieces for some people. Liz, how many times did we go round in circles and, you know, with your branding, and how long did it take you? It took weeks and weeks and weeks to work through that, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it was. And I remember when you finally got there, but we went round in circles and round in circles. And Brian, we did the same thing. Branding is sometimes the hardest thing to, you know, really get nailed down. And it's something that you need to work on and continue to work on to really get your messaging dialed out. So Liz knows. A lot of you that have worked closely with me on branding, you know, would know that as well. But here's often what I find, you know, from a lot of people in this industry is the things that they struggle with. Branding, we've just mentioned, okay? Even like consistency, planning, organization, daily method of operation, all of that kind of stuff. Everything is a skill. And we come online just wanting to grow our business. We just want customers and want to grow our teams. That's what we want to do. But we come online and suddenly we're impacted by social media content and engagement and learning how to talk to people. And the boot camp that Brian was referring to is called the Closing Sales Boot Camp. We've just done that recently in the VIP program. So it's the skill of learning how to close. Some of you might be able to grab attention of people and even get some engagement, but you've got no idea how to close somebody into a customer sale or, you know, to join you in the team. So there's a whole training there on, you know, the closing sales. We've done a lot of training on conversations. How do you have effective conversations so you're not stuck in the friend zone all the time, or you're just saying hi to a lot of people on social media, that you can actually lead them through the recruiting funnel and actually recruit. So there's a lot of things that we really dial in on. But consistency, this is what I find is lacking for people. A lot of consistency, accountability. These guys know they're accountable to me every single week. They have to do a video every single week of what they've done, what they said they were going to do the week before. Did they do it? Didn't they do it? What are they going to change? What are their goals for the next week? Every single week there is accountability. There's also obviously the content creation side of it. Sometimes we go into reels or posts or, you know, diving into different content focuses. You know, there's just so much that we can go into, but it is a structured program over the 6 months, and each one of those 6 months we concentrate on something different, whether it's branding or whether it's content or whether it's recruiting or whether it's, you know, getting organized, you know, whatever it is. So I just want to share with you again, applications are open in March for a 1st of April intake for the next 6 months. So there is, and again, I only open it up twice a year. And for a 6-month mentorship program, it is not expensive for what I provide, just as long as you're willing to do the work. And there's lots of people that I've worked with in the VIP program that have done great things. They're not all on screen with me. But I know, Claudette, you're watching, you've gone leaps and bounds, you know, as well. You know, what she said, she makes it doable to where we are to push forward and succeed to the next level. Thanks, Claudette. So if you would like to know more information, it is by application only. If you would like more information, just reach out to me and say, can I have the VIP details, please? Or just put VIP in the comments and I'll send you the information. And if we think, you know, it's a good fit, then, you know, we'll chat about that because it's only 10 spots. But if it's something you feel you need and you're ready to up your game, you're ready for the accountability, you're ready for the deeper training, you're ready for the guidance, you're ready for the support, then it may be a really good fit for you. Any last sort of words, Liz or Brian, you'd like to share to anybody thinking about it? Like, you guys were obviously thinking about it 6 months ago and something prompted you to come on board.
Best investment you'll ever make if you want your business to succeed.
Thank you, Liz. Nice words. Brian, anything else?
I have other mentors in other part of my businesses, and your mentorship and your guidance and your coaching has surpassed, and I'm not just blowing up your nowhere, but it just surpasses everything else. It really does. And you've just got a way of just helping everybody, and that comes across. Like I said before, you've kicked our butts, but you do it in a very gentle way. So if anybody's thinking about it, there's no thought process. Just like Michael Jordan said, just go out and do it.
Just do it. Awesome. Well, I'd like to thank both of you for giving up your time to just sharing a little bit of your journey, with the crew here. And if there's any of you that would like this kind of support, just reach out so we can have a chat. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And thank you particularly to Liz and Brian. But, let me just mention, normally I go live tomorrow if you're still here watching, but my 92-year-old father is having surgery tomorrow and I am taking him. So I'm not going live tomorrow because I don't know what's going to happen at the hospital, if I'm going to be free or not. So it's just safe for me to say that I'm not going to be live tomorrow, because tomorrow my priority is my 92-year-old dad and hoping that he gets through his surgery. Okay. So I will see you next week. Now, keep an eye out next week. Reels Bootcamp will open. Applications for the Reel. We're doing all things Reels. We're going to teach you how to learn Reels, strategy behind Reels. We're talking all things Reels. I've got a boot camp coming up, and registrations for that will open next week. So make sure you join me live next week for all those details, and watch all the posts on the social media so you can register when it's open. Okay? Thanks, everyone. Bye.